Okay, so good evening, people. Good evening. We are back this evening on the live, on the intro, the show, discussing our issues, our views, and our perspective on everyday scenarios. Today we're talking about the education system and SCA, and let's wait for Mr. Surratt to join us. So while I wait on him to join me, I would share this link to everybody as much as possible. So I'm just going to look for it here and share it, right? So what happening these days? What went on the last 2 weeks? Well, I didn't, or we didn't have a live last week Tuesday because only in that noise. That's in neighbor dog. There's nothing I could do about that. It just have to, some things we just have to bear with in this life. And that is one of them. Those dogs making noise like that. Right? So I'm now seeing the intro here. So I was telling you about last week around this time, everybody was waiting on the storm. And we didn't get no storm. So to me, that was a good thing. I don't know what you all thought. What I found interesting about that whole thing is that everybody was prepared for it. And that is what is important. When we prepare ourselves for it. So just give me a second. Right, so I'm finding it. I'm looking for it.
Lakan.
Yes, sir. We live, eh?
Yeah, good night, good night. Sorry to be late.
I'm trying to, I was just talking about last week Tuesday, Ken. Everybody was waiting on the storm. Hence the reason why we didn't have the show. So, and I was trying to tell them at the same time while I'm talking to them, I'm trying to share the link to people. But yeah, no problem. But I was telling them I'm happy to know that people prepared for the storm, although none came. It's better we was prepared for the storm and no storm than we wasn't prepared and we get storm.
There's nothing better than practice. Practice is very good. You get an opportunity to practice, and I think we did well. But you know, you hear all kind of people buy out everything, negotiate. When the storm come, they want the government to buy it back.
Serious?
Yeah, you know, kind of joke. I don't know if it's serious or what, you know. But you know, people Trinidadian like to hoard when there's an emergency, and they don't know how dangerous that is. Right?
Yeah.
If everybody hoard, you technically what you're doing, you're forcing prices up. You know, so in case a disaster comes and then prices will get more expensive because now you hoarding your thing. Because you're creating scarcity then in a sense.
Yeah, well, that what economics is.
Yeah. Yeah, so but people don't understand that at all. You know, you could imagine like in Trinidad, you might start at the low end of the line at probably at $10 for a gallon. But when you buy the pump itself, it might be $20, you know.
Yeah. Those all
That's supply and demand kind of arrangement. People know they know that's how prices, the push and pull of prices, you know.
Do you think people care about that, boy?
I don't know if the word is care. I think that they don't know, you know. They don't know and they choose not to learn. And then it goes back to the education system again. And you know that we topic for the night, the education system. How we not, you know, somebody learning in school, but how much of it you use in real life?
Well, the reality is not about how much you use in real life, you know, Ken. Is everything you learn in school, in my mind, some aspect of it helps form and create the individual you is or you are. So you mightn't use things specifically, like you might say, well, what I use trigonometry for, in a real sense. But if I go and do my roof and I want to calculate my length of my galvanized, I might then think about, hey, you know, Pythagoras' theorem coming to play there.
Right, but should it not teach it critical thinking, how to analyze things? How much of that we really teaching? So that you can apply what you learn in school. Sometimes some people learn it to pass the exam.
No, I agree.
And after the will never even apply it for the rest of their life, depending on what they do.
Yeah.
You know how much people see the world as a place where there are problems and you have to use your skill set to solve it.
I do think much people do that.
A lot of people like to get into to be normal, to maintain the status quo then. The people who rock the boat, as you might say, but don't let the boat sink. Those are the people who have us today enjoying this technology. Because you see, for instance, the people didn't invent computers or whatever, and they said, you're doing good, man. One, you know, plant a garden or go on hunt then. Maybe sure we are planting nothing. If they would have remained hunters and gatherers. But there was a section or who said no. We find out how things work. You know, and those are the people who change the world for us and make us, you know, solve vaccines, and that is why a lot of people, because of vaccine, people living longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of the advance we made in medicine and so on. You know, but simply discovering vitamin and so on. All of those are the people who went against the grain. The people might call you rebel. Because they choose to think differently.
But how
we have a society like, say for instance, somebody get up and say, oh, it's people, somebody child to the parent, look, I don't believe in God, I'm an atheist. That child will be reprimanded and castigated, all kind of thing. Because somebody think differently, and it comes back down to persons with disability, because sometimes we may look different, we may sound different, we may do something differently. People find you're not looking normal. So when people tell me, you know, normal, I say, what normal? As far as I know, my parents make a normal child, so me and want to talk more normal. You know, so we live in a kind of world that you must conform to a certain way, you must look a certain way, you must dress a certain way, you know. Yeah, you know everything. And we have people like, say, Steve Jobs, who he was never no shirt and tie, nobody didn't question how he looked.
Yeah.
You understand? Because he wasn't interested in that. He rocked the boat. He didn't tip over the boat, but he rocked the boat. And it's all about rocking the boat, but don't let it sink. But some people want to keep the boat, they do rock the boat, but water coming and you're dead and all that, you know.
But and that's because of, you're right, he started off the conversation by saying it's because of the kind of conversation, the kind of education system we have. They're not letting people, as you rightly say, analyze, or teaching them to analyze and critique things properly. But I think to an extent they have started that again, because in the earlier days, you know, our topic today is the education system and SCA results.
Yeah.
And in the earlier days, we used to have common entrance examinations. And we used to have multiple choice. So it was any, mini, miny, mo, and put a shade by whichever one you feel was best, right? When you
Right.
couldn't answer it. And now you have where you actually have to show the working of the let's say it's mathematics, the question, or you have to answer the comprehension passage or the grammar checks and so on. You have to determine the proper punctuation. So it's more critical thinking or more application of what you learn than before when you said a shade where you think was the best answer.
But
No,
Larry, let me ask you a question. No, pause it. Let me ask you. If you do a survey and you ask children how many children like school, how much of them, what is the percentage you might get?
boy, I want to tell you something, eh? Right now, if I do a survey in this house and I ask Gabriel if he likes food, she say no. If I ask Caitlin if she likes food, she say yes. So
Right. And some of them, the reason is to meet their friend. But let me say, school of a place. Why do you even try and do like school? Because Larry,
not
we do the
interesting. It's
same
not
thing
it's not a happy place to be.
Right, but we do the same thing over and over. And we're not, okay, look, America started to look at how they deal with autistic children and so on, and they see the benefit of autistic children who are different level on the spectrum. We ain't reached that stage yet in China. We're teaching the same thing, the same method, the same things we're doing. You have to find a way to get children to like school, like learning. You know, you can get them to do things and they know they're learning it. Because we're
But then
showing
it's
them
not
they're
like
enjoying it.
school, Kenneth. It's like learning.
Right. But they don't like school, but they want to learn. Because once they learn something, they get excited and then they teach them the next thing and the next thing. And we only trying to memorize. We are not trying to do it. I just say, I mean, you know, we sometimes we talk about Gabriel. Gabriel like to do things. And if you show him things to do, you go to school every day, but if he's in robots and he's building this and he's seeing how this work on, or even write a little program, simple like writing a program. So that you could show him by writing a simple program how you could instruct the software to make the hardware behave in a particular way. And once you get them get a concept, they start writing. Those are the solve problems. Most of the people make real money. They show software you check like Amazon and so on. Heavy algorithms and they use, so you know, software, a lot of software companies, Steve Jobs and all of them with software and hardware behaving in a particular way, you know. We have to do things that way. You know, we need to change how we do things. And that's why I want to come to the point. There's a con job in this country with the education system and SCA and what we call prestige school. Prestige school, only prestige school because they get the cream of the crop. And I am saying, give back the schools, the community. Let me say simply like you in the village and you're trying to go into a school in your village there and you on the PTA board and so on. Changing, helping, and not only PTA to raise funds. There are people, a lot of people see PTA as sell Polori and Chana Alu and things whatever to raise funds for the school. It shouldn't be that. It should be parents coming to make this. Why isn't you leaving somebody from Quite Mire to go to NAPS? You check how much hours you spend on the road. You're encouraging traffic jam and all kind of crazy things.
Kenneth, well, to start with, I hope we see your head. I hope somebody will come in and tell me to make sure you see your face, you know.
Yeah. Well, I use the laptop so because the laptop is
so you should get a wide range. Secondly,
no, I'm not doing that. It's like the tripod now. So I in the square like. Yeah.
Right. Secondly, prestige school. There's a school in Port of Spain in Mocarapo, I think this school is. There's two schools side by side. I think one is Fatima College and one is Mocarapo Secondary School.
Right.
One is a prestige school and the other one is known to be a government school, a non-prestige school.
Right.
So everybody want a child to Fatima.
Right.
The big, but I shouldn't say Fatima. You have to confirm him at the school, right? So I apologize.
But a school in Port of Spain. School A and School B.
School A, School B. But the point I'm bringing is, what separates these two schools, Kenneth, is a fence, you know.
And as short, you get two different behaviors.
That is the point.
Yeah. Now, let me say, I say, if not so great, why they don't
Good
make a
night,
decision
everybody
here?
who viewing.
Yeah, good night.
Welcome.
Let NAPSA or whoever they call Prestige School take a decision. Give us the worst performing children. Give it them.
Yeah.
And Lar, I will always go back to what you say in school. When you went, children who help you, it benefited them. So if we put children in the community, they'll be there is a farming community or the different sections. Right? They are, I mean, they are different. I think they call them either community or not just groups. They call, but a number that they group them, and they each going to help each other. They got find a way to help because people start to see the benefit of going to school together, walking home. That might even come back because children going to school right in the community, and there's safety in numbers. But we every year we do this. Allah, when I check, I really give over 12,000 children score under 50% there.
And to me, Ken, this is I find our society expect a miracle from our children who's just 11 years old.
Well, I wouldn't say miracle. More than miracle.
The expectation they want from these children at this age, Kenneth, I find is unfair to children.
We focus on academic. What about a child who is doing good in art? What about the other child there who is doing good in?
No, you going up the road, but I'm talking about in response to what you just see.
Yeah.
That over, how much you say, 50% of children didn't score.
Over 12,000, well, about 18,000 right exam, 19, I don't know.
Right, so over 50%.
Over 12,000 score under 50%.
Over 12,000 score under
50%.
50%. Hear what I'm saying? We expect miracles from these children. The pressure that you know why SCA came? What can it?
They want to put everybody for place.
Exactly. It was a secondary entrance assessment.
Yeah.
SEA, secondary entrance assessment component of the primary to secondary school system, right? We turn that into an examination. It used to be called the common entrance examination, which I wrote, right? And a lot of children, I think there was not enough school places for the number of children writing common entrance in those days. So when you reach a certain percentage, the same children now in this year who score less than 50%, that 12,000 people children are talking about now, in the days of common entrance, Kenneth, about 70% of them would have what you call fail.
Right.
Because the rest of them didn't have space for them. So they created a secondary entrance assessment program to put all the children into secondary schools. What to me failed in that whole system is to substitute quality for quantity. And it did not align children where their academic or skill set was. Like, for example, you're not using point about art, using point about a child might be good in sports, music.
Who want to be a mason? How come we not? What would mason? Training people be good mason.
They like trade, they like electrical, like mechanic. Because I tell you, Gabriel is only 7, and Gabriel like cricket. He like mechanic thing. He like to fix things. You know, so a child already have an idea what they want to do.
Larry, there's a survey done. You know, what is the largest employer in the world? The service industry, close to 80%. And you see where, you know, when talk about service, who is mason? Who is dressmakers? Who is here? Who close, not people in the oil field and in technology, and you know. I'm talking service, good taxi drivers. We don't even have good taxi drivers who could give us service, say good morning, and take your bag and put it in the. We don't have that again like long time. We in a society that we don't believe in giving service doubles and so on. And you might have 3 and 4 people selling doubles around each other. Why does sometimes one be successful? They sell the same price or not? And 3, they packing up and going up, and the other 3 still selling. It comes down to the quality of service you give. You look at client loyalty. Look at Apple that sell phone. People don't want to review when an Apple phone come out. They just go and buy it.
Yeah.
And brand loyalty, you don't get a gesso. You could get people to repeat buying from you because let me say you sell doubles for $6. If you order a person come back tomorrow, you sell $5.75. But that's that con job. But if you hold on to your price and you give goods, because what people want is service. You understand? When you smile on the heart, not only face because you're training marketing and they smile. People just feel it. People know the truth. You can't fool people.
I know, and I agree with you, but what I'm saying is we're going back to this SEA concept, this SEA program.
Right.
We have children who this year, more than 12,000, that is what, 2/3 of the children, Kenneth. You get about 18,000 something children wrote SEA, right? Almost 2/3, 66% of the children score under 50%, you're saying. And I'm saying most of them children, Kenneth, most of them children will do better than those who score over 50%. Because they would go on in life and not allow this examination to determine who they become. I know people who went to better schools than me, Kenneth, and have a better job than them.
Exactly.
I went to junior sec.
So some of them unemployed. Some of them unemployed.
So I'm looking for work right now.
Without telling you. So let me put an example. How much if you are good skillful mason, how much a good skillful mason can make a day right now? A top class mason.
Oh, 400.
You see what I tell you? Look at you say a fellow with a good worker and you know the landscape and thing. And you have a little power washer and all kind of thing, and you're going to give service because people want the place to look nice and thing. And he could earn a reasonable income with it. And by the same time, he could learn to repair his own worker. He could learn to repair his own pressure washer and thing easy.
You see, yeah, you could get all that, Kenneth. You could get all that.
Do the detail, but simple thing in some.
What I'm saying is you will be able to get all that, but the reality is if people could afford it, right? If you could afford to pay for that right now,
right?
If you could afford to pay for it. But what I have learned over the years, you see, when the economy is getting bad and the state of recession and so on, is the service industry, the people who do the repairs, they are the ones who is most needed, because you wouldn't be going to buy a brand new car or a brand new fridge or build over your whole house now. You're looking to renovate, you're looking to repair, you're looking to fix, and it's those people who have that skill set that you're talking about.
Just for COVID,
benefit the most.
Just for COVID, when people were not traveling and going away, they use our money to go for paintings home.
Yeah, a lot of people did a lot of home repairs.
Yeah, and I say once you're a jack of all trades, I know a little bit that you can't starve. So it's important that children learn. So in case one industry down, they could turn it to the next one. You know, it has some people be missed something and sometimes think down and they good hunters, they shoot a beast and they sell it, they make a if you know the cash flow, people might say they're broke, they have no money, but they have a regular cash flow. If you add up the income for the month, because they don't get it a lump sum, they don't see it. But that daily income or weekly, whatever, it impacts on them. I mean, they're going easy, sharing, eating, going to school, you know, you understand?
Yeah.
People might say they're moving hand to mouth, whatever, but they have a cash flow.
So, and this is what business does. And you know, our accountant told us, he say, cash flow is like the blood of your business.
That's the whole key thing.
And if you go to school, and this is the point, you see, I want to get those people who view this live at some point later on, or this video some point later, I want to understand, don't determine your child's future by the school they pass for. Because if say Kumar determined that by me, I would not be where I am today.
We know of somebody when we went to school. I don't think the son went to no prestige school. Their son did badly. Watch them alone, and you know the feel. He say when you watch them fella's face, he say, "Well, bad news, whatever you tell your partner." And when his son tell him the news officially, he say, "What next?"
Yeah.
And that person graduated to be an appeal court judge, and not even working in Trinidad right now.
Yeah.
You understand my point?
Yeah. Good evening, Richard. Good evening, Crystal. Ema.
Yeah.
Everybody who joined the live, shade.
if you feel the data doesn't determine you, you have to get up. I mean, and sometimes failing is teach you the best lesson than passing, because some of them they do so good in school and they come a time in their life when in the 30 and 40 and they fail, they commit suicide, you know, because they don't know how to do the failure. They're all Americans, but they don't know how to deal with failure.
There's a lot of people too, Kenneth. They went back to school. They went back to school after a number of years. They didn't do well in secondary school, and they went back to school. And they did well when they go back to school. They went back and get a degree and so on. And they progress themselves. They went to small courses, training, develop themselves. And this is the point about the education system and the SEA results. We expect SEA result to determine the rest of these young people's future. And you start off the whole conversation this evening with society and the society culture and the way to look at things and the way to see things. And that's the problem with we in this country. We use SEA, common entrance in the past, SEA in the present, to determine the young people's future. We say, based on the school they pass for, that is what they will become. You know, and that's an unfair assessment.
But then also parents want to use SEA to show off. You understand?
Well, boy, don't talk about that. That's a whole different bacchanal.
Yeah, I said show off on what? We live in Trinidad and we should be happy that everybody child doing well. Not everybody going to be in maths and English. Some might be good mason. Some of them might be good welders. You know something? Because you might be asking them to come back. You want to some simple thing like home cleaning and good cleaners and all of that. It's all kind of work. We see how a country suffering like Venezuela and people come to Trinidad and that little money, Larry, they save it and still send it back home, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, this evening, can you know ask someone going on who I mean?
Well, I didn't know if you want to make. I didn't know if you want to make it public.
Yeah, but listen now. This evening I went DB, right? Well, what can I little piece of work? Not no big thing. I didn't see what it was, right? So one of the guys who was doing the work by me is a Spanish national, Venezuela national, right? And he left here about 2:30. And I leave here about 3 o'clock. No, 2:45, 15 minutes after. Went Pinal with a neighbor. Went in a store, walk around, check this, do that. He buy something there, then come back. While we coming right on the road, the guy who left us in DB at 2:30, this was about 3:30 or hour later, he walking going home still enough. And he going to Pinal. So the neighbor said, wait now, like that man who walking here still coming on the road, boy, he going home. So I tell him, I say, but that makes sense. Look at that traffic line you're telling me to have on that side.
Over how healthy it is. I mean, he might be sucking out a few tailpipe going up the road. But he fit.
But what I'm saying is, the man, because of economics, he's saying it's better I walk up the road and sit down in that traffic jam. And if you kill him moving away, I will reach up the road faster if I walk. I might be healthier. I've saved some money.
Yeah.
And he go up the road.
But Larry, see how economic just change people's behavior. I know that people, I mean, just to go down the road or right out the road, you jump in the car and go now. Instead of taking a walk and healing out the neighbor, all the going and get and come back.
You know, my father always used to. My father became an old bicycle, Kenneth. Old bicycle frame, and my mother quarrel too bad. He become rubbish. He become rubbish. He said, "Let's go touch it. Leave it right." And leave me and fix my bike. He fixed a bike and he decided he said ride out the road, you know.
But healthy.
And he would talk to this one. He wanted to get something out of it, a cigarette or something, you know, and he would take the time he take to
your father diabetes. And diabetes didn't kill him.
That's my point. He used to smoke cigarette and cancer kill him, but it wasn't because I smoked a cigarette. It was something else.
Right. You're right. But what I say is just say I mean today we had a dead and I say no, you know. But what I say what he was eating from diabetes all his life. And I never know that much to me, he see everything normal. He used to drink it. I mean, India might meet him. That's how he was. And he was always upbeat. I never, because you're not blind people, we just tell somebody you're not feeling well based on your voice. Like even when he was lying on the bed and I went, that man sound like he could make a party.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's the attitude, the mindset, and a willpower.
Nah, it's like we partner, electrician partner.
Yeah.
The man's sick, and the man say, "I'm still gonna do it." He tell me this the
No,
other
but
day. He say,
I like the import how you make him feel. I don't know if you make him feeling probably feeling, but the mere fact you bring and say, hey, you don't do nothing, use the man, use the engineer on the work. Tell people what to do.
"Yeah, but when I
Okay.
say the man come and he's still burning pipe, and I can't tell the man to stop. The man is stopping."
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, the man have an illness that he could have died within 6 months. It's 2 years and 3 months now the
Yeah.
man surviving.
Yeah.
And he tell me,
But
he
you
say,
know,
he say, he's starting to get some serious headaches and thing now, and they tell him the cancer reach the brain, right? And the head now. And it will
Yeah.
cause him headaches and thing, and you know, so in his mind, he done tell himself, well,
you can't get worse.
he can't continue doing the work then. He have to relax and just simmer down.
Yeah.
But is the mindset partner, the will, the mind is unique, brother. The man a willingness and ability to live, boy.
He had two choices, you know. And as go back to saying with disabilities, you know, with our disability, we have two choices. Yeah, some people, just like how you admire him, that people admire us as persons who are blind, you know, pursuing and going ahead and most of them the chapter does we always in a nice upbeat mode and thing. I mean, yeah, we have a problem, but we will do. Nobody only hear people problem. Nobody only interested in that. They only hear people who solve a problem.
Good point. Very good point.
And once you say you put your mind in your mindset to solve problem, you will become an exciting place.
So Ken, you think it matters if a child write the SCA entrance, I don't know what the hell it called, exams now, SCA exam or assessment, and they pass for a 7-year school. You know, now is how much years school and it is now is what counts, no longer junior sec. Because it used to be junior sec is 3 years school, and it used to be senior computer 4 years school. And then you had 5 years school, and then you had 7 years school. You know how it was, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now it's only have 5 years school and 7 years school. So you think it matters what percentage you get if you get placed in a school?
Me personally, they should know SCA. Everybody should know if you have say you go to Marbella primary school, for sure you go in Marbella secondary school. That is more except for one. Yes. In fact, so some of them school that make 7 years school, they should make them 12-year old school and not 12, but also add a children component on the early child care. And make it so I don't know what make the whole place a big like a university.
Abroad. And they have a grade system across there where you
yeah, my niece and is grade. You don't move from one grade to the next. You go by grade then. That 12 grades I think.
Right. And then after that you go
college.
Yeah. Yeah. And that makes sense. You have to write middle exam and 11 plus exam and 14 plus exam
and let the school assess you. And then cost or university and lecturers assess you. Ask him.
Yeah.
So why the teacher can assess you? Why you can't say each teacher set in the exam paper and then you're switching it and this one correct and that one on and not possible? Well, and you want money you saving from exam?
Yeah, sure, right. But then when you're gonna kick back and then go print you no money.
I mean, I go back to what you talk about the math teacher. The math is only come with the roll book.
And
he said, ask fellas, what book you have? What book you have? Right?
No boy, roll book. He's going to paper, roll up in the pocket.
Right, and you write down your name, who present.
Man, I think that was the roll. He take out from the roll, from the file, and he come up with that in the pocket, roll up. He walking nothing in his hand, the duster in the same pocket, and the chalk in the same pocket, and he walking come up the road.
And he ain't no fancy dress or nothing, but getting the job done, he making children I sure children probably enjoy this class.
Nah, I ain't too sure what that part.
They see some pressure on them.
The man is a strict man, boy.
Oh, well, that's the reason they
Serious
didn't like
boy.
that.
You know, the man, when that man come in first time, he laughing and he just smiling, everybody. So God, we did. We repeat
Like
back home for.
He like our auditor.
They said, but Larry, he's a nice person. I say, we'll see just now. We did. Look who we give very much chap. Well, and then he come to class. I remember that's a few was absent. He checked the roll. He say, Miss So and So, why you was absent? He said, so my mother don't want you send me to school, so she tell me stay home. He said, oh, well, I understand. Sometimes it be like that. I too doesn't know no money my trying to stay home too. I said, well, wait, like she that's so what's in man, she get away. I said, I said, now we talking about. And the man had a 120 why, you know.
No fancy car.
Maybe no, them that's 1200. And the man,
it doing the work, it taking them to work and back.
Yeah, the man was a top teacher, but the man was the head of the department in mathematics. The man is good, the man is good. So who you are? Tulsi? Who you are? Raymond? Who you are? This book, your book. Let's go get to that chapter. Look for that chapter. Okay, what exercise are they? And so you go in. You don't want to know what, you don't care what book you have. You say the same thing alone. Let's do the, and everybody have got.
I mean, you could do that with maths in a sense, you know, in that sense.
Why you have maths, English, grammar, all the books you can do the same thing.
Right, okay.
Teaching.
So
we really exercise or want to practice.
So them textbooks are con job.
Well,
I'm calling new edition. Put two paragraphs and call it new edition.
In Pan, did he say that?
Yeah.
In Pan, they try to standardize textbook.
Look, right now, I know they're going to have a serious issue when they start to go ebooks and printers and then people see trouble. And they don't know by, you know, how much fees you save if you don't print books, if you don't need it.
People should have listened to 50 Shades of Grey. When they turn a publishing house into a e-book system.
Yeah.
And
look how Amazon books. Look how Amazon make books accessible without printing it.
But people in this country, they don't want to make these things, as you rightly say, printers and will see trouble because they still want things in physical.
Yeah. I ain't saying it has some books, I mean, so probably primary school training want them use the physical. I don't know, right? But I mean, I don't know how that's going to be, but you don't print if you don't want to print.
But I come back to the publishing house and the publishers and because I don't understand the concept. If I am the author of a book, why do I need a publisher? Because they need to put the book together for me.
No, but nowadays people publishing on Amazon themselves.
Yeah, but here's the author, there's a publisher, and then there's the printer. The printer is not necessarily the publisher, no?
No, but Amazon make it easy now to publish your books, and
so how come the publisher have more rights than the author?
Okay, a publisher will get 50% of the copyright. Like just like music. There are some people who are like, say you're a songwriter, you write a song and leave it by a publisher, or the publisher, they shop it around.
Right.
So the publisher, well, depend what arrangement the writer you have with the publisher, because you have a wider range of people you know them to shop it around them. But for just you on your own can sell them song because you know who to go by.
So the publisher. So the author kind of like give away all that to the publisher.
Give a percentage to the publisher.
Because when you want to make a book in accessible format before the law is amended, you have to go to the publisher and not the author.
Right. Because the author, remember the author, when they write the book, they go to the publisher might read it, edit it down, or make changes. They help you along. So now that person can do the printing, remember you do distribution and all of that. The author wouldn't have that kind of skill set.
So back to textbook,
yeah.
It had a book called Certificate Mathematics. Right? I remember a CD, one of the edition was orange. Orange, a kind of burnt orange color book. And I see one of my cousin name in that book. Now, she is about 15 years older than me. That's right. I is 40 plus, and she is 50. She was 17 years older than me, or 16 years older than me.
Mm.
And I saw her name on the book. And I saw a book that my father buy for my eldest brother. Same certificate mathematics book, and it was a kind of turquoise blue book. A different edition, right? And Ken, when I was going through the book, comparing the two books, it's almost the same, but the exception of few exercise and examples change, you know.
Very good. So why they can't just sell that part alone?
No, my problem is why you want to create more editions?
Yeah.
Why you want to reprint more books, revise editions, when you got this pass on the same book and cause books to be
Larry,
cycled
it
through?
have first primer, second primer, Nelson Western reader 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't think they've had any edition in that.
You know now, right? No,
And
I
in
can
them books, you get a
understand.
little bit of literature, a little
No,
bit of music and painting and history.
So for instance, there is some books you need to do the revision where you're teaching like money, the concept of money now, right? You can't
Right,
teach
yes.
money concept now, talk about 1 cent, because we don't have any
No.
1 cent.
Right.
So you have to teach money from 5 cents go up. So you need to
I just want to
revise.
remove all of them, because
Yeah, they need to revise
Yeah.
those examples in those books if you're teaching money for primary school children. So I can understand why there's need to revise particular editions, but there's some concepts that do change. Mathematical and science concepts do change.
Right.
Unless you're a mathematician and you come and change it.
Unless you see the earth flat in a certain book and then when they realize you it's wrong. That's a new edition.
That's the point. So why you have these books being reprinted and recreated and reproduced all the time? Why you always want the latest edition? Why you costing these parents all this money? Why you can't use secondhand? Long time can we have used books? So you take up all the books you had in the nobody using again. Well, to start with, when you see all the children in the village get a book list, they go by everybody's house and ask them which book they have. Which book you have? Which book and we barter, we make exchange. You take this, well, I'll get this by you and you will get this by me. And then what remain now, they go down in Port of Spain on Charlotte Street or in Woodford Square with people buying used book and selling back used book.
Right.
And they go and they will buy, or you go in the same bookstore, the bookstore had a used book section. So they watch your book, they say, okay, in good condition, you'll get $20 for this book. So when you're done, take all your book now, you say, okay, you have 500 worth in books here. You go now with your new book list now, you get what you want. You buy back used book now, you know. Where you can't get you to buy new, and then you pay difference.
Amazon take the same concept there, and they turn it up business. My used book they sell on Amazon too. eBay. Used in the sell used full refurbished, just all kind of thing. So the same thing we used to do here physically. Somebody went and write the algorithm and get the same thing now.
But why they do continue it? That's my problem.
That's actually the same thing with Amazon and so the same thing. It mightn't be what we talk in textbook, but these are the same concept of you getting good used book for sale.
So why they don't standardize it? Like, okay, we had secondary school books where they used to have what we call textbook rentals. So you go into the secondary school and they lend you the mathematics book and the English book. As a parent, as a parent, because you talk about SCA now, exams now finished, right? We're talking about that, but what about the after course state? Now, a simple textbook, Kenneth, simple, I'm almost certain there's no textbook less than $100. And you have some secondary schools
you know why they even get away with new edition, I think? No, let me get a reason. One of the reasons I feel they're getting away with a new edition book because of wealth. Because some parents could afford it. Let me say it was before people can afford and the economic will make it behave in a certain way. But if them no people want to buy books every year, well, we have to give them a new edition by the ways. Because some people, me or my child, you know, use book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if the new book will make them any brighter.
I find
I know
it's
that
so
some trainers will
ridiculous.
be sharing book where you're leaning across slightly and watching your partner book and reading too.
Is that?
You share a book. Some people just share a book. You have somebody poor in the class, then we go do.
Well, I remember when I went Batara Junior Sec, we was reading a literature book called Animal Farm.
Boss book, man.
Yeah.
I read that twice, yeah.
And all of us didn't have the book. In fact, I had a book with Animal Farm, and when I started to read, I realized it now from page 11 to 15 missing. After 10, I see 17 or 16. So the teacher said, all right, well, let's watch your next child book next day, or let's show your book, push your book around and let you read from there.
Yeah, and that was no fuss.
No.
But your teacher know to share and thing that way, but you're teaching. And nowadays with phone, you take a little snapshot of the 5 pages you're missing. Wap, 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 click, 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 click. And by?
Yeah.
and in the game, they might say it's copyright, see what you do.
No, but I remember going open campus, and
Yeah.
I went, no, to be honest, my father went and buy the book brand new in the university bookstore because we needed the books. But when you buy the book now, the print so fine. I go on down by a print tree. When I print tree, I photocopying man on High Street.
Yeah, we know the man.
We know the man. I'm going on by the man, and I said, boss, I want to blow up these small pages into big pages. He said, no problem, we go do that for you. So I take a small book like a postcard and make it a big book like a normal legal letter size paper.
Yeah, right.
To blow it up the print so I could see it.
Yeah, you change it font size, yeah.
Yeah. So, but when I carried it out, my father don't write my name on the book. So while I'm in class now, I see our next person have a book like mine. So I say, wait now. What name mark on that book there? And you cover here them. Wait now, your name mark on this thing? I say, like you buy this on High Street, or they say, yeah. We see this and I buy it. You know the man who blow up my book instead he make one copy, make a few.
But as a businessman, you make a living from that buy.
So I said, well, what the hell is this way? And my father spending hard on money and buy that book for me, you know, and I capitalize on
and
it.
I show you pay the man to blow up the book for you to him, say, boy, we'll take it for free.
No, I had to pay. And I sell back the original copy now to one of the adults in the class who was doing the course too. The time they'll buy it from me because I couldn't use it. I couldn't use the original size print.
Right.
So I had to blow up the size of the print. And but what had me going is when I go in class, I see our next person had the same book, same exact thing. But I said, well, my book, then how does your book?
That's what one of my partners say. He also don't see it. He copying from my partner. Man name too, you know.
Well, he wasn't so duncy because he was copying. The mere fact he's smart enough to know to copy from the next person copy. I don't think he was so duncy. He was smart. He was smart, hard. Mr. Ramroop, good evening, sir. How you doing?
Exactly.
On there.
Ramroop on the chat, on the live?
Yeah, I don't know if he's still there. Now seeing him.
Yeah, right. So then he just log into maybe feel it and then you go and see what them this and that thing.
Yeah.
That's our whole strategy in Banner's program.
But most of them is it.
We talk about the education system where, but we know of somebody. I mean, he know FCCA and ACCA, and he must be making more money than them people because he become an accountant for a lot of small companies, people who don't need full-time accountants.
Yeah.
You understand? And he created his own clientele. And then you want BR number, you want anything on the register, you offer all kind of services for them. And now with people had to learn to comply with certain regulation and things, those services you're gonna start up, offering them.
But you see, Ken, again, if for a need is like people who recently there was signs put in all over the place, people who want to get their machine readable passport.
Right.
The skill set to go online and registering, it was a strange thing to a number of citizens in this country. They couldn't do it. So
And
people
they just pay somebody?
maximize. So on
Yeah.
that, I remember when I now came blind in South, you telling me, boy, so why you don't set up a business where you're writing the same letter for everybody? You have templates and somebody come, you change your name.
Yeah.
I find out a boss idea.
Who want to write T and tech,
Letter writing business.
Who want to write this one and that one.
I know what I last, but I mean it was a good idea.
But it was about, I mean, the discussion there, I mean, what the letter about was identifying a need.
That is the point.
For instance, to apply for a visa, you had to go online. Not everybody could do that. You could make a cool $300-400 doing that for someone.
But I see somebody charging $100 to get a bird paper for you, and I say, "Well, man, come on, give me it now. I will get that for $20 for you, or $25."
Yeah. But you're making a profit on you, charging people.
No, I do it for free basically, and I'm using my credit card to do it too.
Yeah.
You understand? And I think I paid $50 for mine, because I paid $25 transport for courier to drop it over.
Right.
Probably
Look at that, because look at courier become a business.
Yeah. But you see, people need to identify the needs around and stop depending on education, and they recognize this is the need and how to find a solution to the need.
No, but beside that, we're going back to the service industry again.
Yeah.
If somebody said that somebody doing a big project home, but they want to get something to go through, when they check that time to go down the road, the cost factor then, that the hour to spend on this project, they could make a 5,000, but have to leave this to go down to the go through to spend 1,000.
The opportunity
that somebody go down, you're right. Or, so we not spend time in the service industry, train in the classroom. We study to have all this big stuff and find out what service is coming and learn how to do it. I remember, look, taxi, men used to pay $125, I think, for a man a day for a car, $150. I know in part of them come out for $57 a day, you could only own car, you know.
See?
$57 a day. No, for a used car.
Yeah, for a used
car. A good vehicle. Yeah. And I tell people, Mr. Pandey, he changed the whole car business in this country when the con job that was going on. Jackie, the man changed.
Well, the man had a good idea. There are good things that he implemented, introduced. I tell you the same thing about the what you call it, these textbooks. I remember they had a task force that came together and settled this textbook thing, and they had standardized textbook.
No, look for instance, paving the road. I remember, I mean, we're going on all the tangent there, but in paving the road, you call all the contractors and tell them, I given only a fixed price, I go pay all the pave the road, but all get work.
Yeah, but that's one price.
One price. But and the ministry had to quality control people, whatever, but you tell them, oh, everybody going to get work, but we're going at this price. Full stop. And they started to break up the, I mean, if you stand up on the road too long, the pave around and going up the road, or not, that's how it was.
Oh, I remember that boy, they said them pave around their dog, boy, they didn't pick up their dog,
Yeah.
No, I remember that.
I tell people, I can remember, I've never seen that chicken was 99 cents a pound. In the 90s, from 95 to somewhere within that period, to 2000, 99 cents a pound for chicken. You know what for chicken now? And if protein cost going up, people have protein deficiency by
chicken, what his name is, Shiva said tell you he inside, eh?
All right, good, okay, cool. Well, that time I ain't sure. I gotta find out.
No, well, you hear your comments, so
right over inside. So, yeah.
It's so cool. Okay. So he answer. But
look right in Brazil. The food issue would have happened in Brazil. They started to tell people in urban places with a little piece of land, they have planned something. And I tell you that went back for what Churchill did for the war with Great Britain. He got everybody to plan something home. And England was able to feed itself. We in China could do the same thing. I mean, I could be accused of the same thing. The little shall have any back. If I put something, a few something, and all the neighbors say they have a piece of land, this whole, and he was there about 500 houses. And if everybody plant one tomato tree, 500 tomato tree land.
Yeah.
And remember the same thing was looking at a book and I was reading about the LED bulbs and the Walmart and so on. And when they look at it from a big point of view, how it impacted differently. Like, right,
Yeah.
if the 500 tomato tree, 500 bygone tree, 500 okra tree, 500 lettuce, 1 lettuce, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you look at the bigger picture, like during the COVID, you had people were sharing seed learning as a ministry and so on.
The ministry, yeah. I don't know why the stuff that should continue.
And people started to plant, because I know we gave out a lot of visually impaired people and they were planting and they talk about what they reap and what they got. And I mean, we plant some peas, we reap things. And I think it kind of rekindled some home garden across the board, and people started to look at that whole concept. But Kenneth, it's minutes to 7, minutes to 8, sorry. So we are about to wrap up. We have Zen Suku and Trisha Sibasaja join us. Good night again, guys. And welcome. Take the opportunity to watch back the live, watch back the video, and see what we're talking about. Every Tuesday, we on live from 7 p.m. the intro with Kenneth and myself. Ken, what are we closing off with?
So, well, my closing statement: 1, find out why children do high school, get into high school, and B, train children to participate in the service industry. Let them know how giving service is so important. Because just like how you give service, you might be somebody giving service and selling doubles, but you might be going to negotiate to buy channel. So no matter what, learning to give service, everybody learn to do it. Then you get the give and take. And there's employment for everybody, but not everybody could be doctors and lawyers and whatever. And there are some people who are lawyers and don't want to be lawyers. You know, so many things.
Yeah.
But train people to get in the service industry and find out what people need, all kind of things. People need people to repair things and all kind of things. So encourage, and you can make a reasonable living from it. You know, comfortable. I mean, they may not become millionaires, but they will live comfortable. Might be able to build a home and send their children to school and thing, and enjoy the little fine things in life. You know, so education is not about only book sense, but thinking critically and seeking out the opportunities and develop some skill set.
So as we close, I just want to say I support that, Kenneth, and I think people need to also, parents need to also believe in their children and not use a standardized examination created by some people somewhere else to determine your child's future. And have faith in your child and understand that it's by your support the child will succeed. It's not the teacher support alone in the classroom or the school support alone, but it's by the parent support and the family support is what creates the success of the individual. So these results we're talking about tonight with the SCA 12,000 and what over 12,000 children receive less than 50% and so on. I am telling you all, I went to junior secondary school, so I sure my percentage had to be under 50% in those days to reach a junior secondary school.
Right.
And the position I am in now, I'm not sure if I'd have been in this position if I had gone to a 90% school. I'm not sure what my future would have been, but I know where I am now and I know where I came from. And I'm telling you, have faith in your child, because my parents believed in me, and that's why I am here where I am, Kenneth. And you know that.
I say so.
Yeah. So same way I'm saying to the other people out there, believe in your child despite what grade they have and what position they have, and they will do well. So until next weekend, we will talk again.
Next week.
Good night, people. Share the live. Be safe until next week.